Number 3 on my list, going into the sports world here, we're going Shaq. Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal, known as probably one of the best basketball big mans of all time. One of the best centers, just late 90s, early 2000s, just an absolute dominant force. Kind of took the mantle from Michael Jordan. After him, he became like the best player in the league.
Yeah.
And then he kind of ironically passed it on to Kobe Bryant, even though they played on the same team. Because they dominated together on those early 2000s Los Angeles.
So I was going to say, like, for basketball, in terms of like the guy, the order of succession, it was Magic Johnson.
Well, you would have gone, Magic Johnson into Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Well, would have gone if we go back from
even further, yeah.
Probably Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Into Magic Johnson. Both of them played for on the same team on the Lakers, kind of crossed over there. And then Michael Jordan, Shaquille O'Neal, then Kobe Bryant. It was a real, crossover, pretty quick crossover into LeBron James. And now...
You were telling me about this the other day. There's like a guy that people think maybe is the guy.
Well, I think if you asked anybody who the best player right now is, I'd say Nikola Jokic. Because he's won 3 of the last 4 MVPs. Won the title last year with the Denver Nuggets. And he's like just a different kind. He's a big Serbian 7-foot center.
Is he much of a hoss, or is he like...
He's actually, he's a bit of a hoss. Not as much as Shaq, though. But he's kind of a different breed where he's like a really good passer of the ball, really good shooter of the ball.
I've heard
he also is big and,
there was this,
and he hates basketball.
He
loves horses. Like, it was a funny thing last year after they won the NBA title last year. Like, he's in the press conference and they'll ask him like, "Oh, will you be at the parade in Denver on Wednesday?" And he's like, "Wednesday? No, I need to get back to my horses."
he's just shooting 3-pointers like immaculately, and all he can think about is, "I can't wait to get home and see my horses again."
Yes.
I like that. I feel like he deserves an honorable mention for that.
Yeah.
I saw a great meme. It was what was it? It was a guy chucking a it wasn't I think it was a spear, like a javelin in the Olympics, and they shot it in slow motion, and he just like winds up and like puts his entire body into the thrower, and it just looks insane because he really arches his back and stuff. Yeah. And it was like, what was his name again? Sorry,
Nikola Jokic. Yeah.
Nikola Jokic. It would be like the thing was captioned as just Nikola Jokic after the whole team puts on this like amazing defensive display, and he just it's
a meme because like it's like he's great at it. He just like the way he shoots, he kind of chucks it like that.
Yeah, that's why.
And then he's great at just throwing it from almost half court. Like,
I love it.
Yeah.
So then, what was like Shaquille O'Neal? He big personality, I think, because there was a whole personality, like, Shaq Fu and stuff, right?
Yeah, he raps. Shaq raps.
He's a stand-up, a little bit of stand-up.
He's a DJ now. Nice. He has a PhD. He's just, and one of the things, like, because I'll mention him as well. So at the moment, he is very active on TV. Like, he's on the show Inside the NBA, which is like the big like pre-show. It's on like the TNT network, who just lost the rights to a lot of the NBA, so it's actually going to be ending at the end of this next season. But it's basically him and a couple other guys. But the two main stars is him and another basketball hoss, Charles Barkley.
Yes.
Who, the two of them go back and forth. It's just, they've been doing it for 20 years, and it's just the best entertaining show.
Because you said Barkley was a comparatively short guy, but because he was real stocky, they weren't able to like muscle past him or something.
Yeah, and also there was a famous story like, and when he was coming out of college, like, he was the best player in his year in college, but he fell down the draft because people were concerned about his weight.
Oh,
that he was going to be like
story of my life.
Yeah, that he was going to be that he was going to take it seriously enough, to be a good enough athlete, kind of thing. But his story was that he purposely put on like 20 pounds a couple of weeks leading up to the draft because he didn't want to get drafted. I think it might have been the Washington Wizards who had the top pick. So he just didn't want to go to them because he didn't want to go to the worst team.
He was sandbagging them.
Yeah. So then he fell to like number 5, went to the Philadelphia 76ers.
And was he happy with that?
Initially, yes, but then they were terrible when he was there, and that wasn't until he left them and went to the Phoenix Suns that he made the NBA Finals, lost to Michael Jordan. But he's known as one of the best players to never win a title. So
love it. I love a just like a second place kind of thing. Like, this is a good place. I think actually honorable mention for horses, Secretariat, the racing horse. Because
A horse. Okay, go on.
well, I mean, what was the guy called?
I'm sorry, I thought you just forgot what the name of the podcast was. You were
No,
it's
no.
Horsetown, guys.
No, the what was the basketball player that loves horses?
Oh, Nikola Jokic.
Yeah, I feel like he would approve of me putting Secretariat on the honorable mentions list, because this is the thing. So Secretariat was like a generational talent. His heart was literally twice the size of a horse, like his like a normal horse, I guess.
And it was full of love.
Yeah, exactly. And then the thing is, like, so Secretariat's biggest rival was a horse called Sham, and the really unfortunate thing for Sham is like Sham also was a generational talent, but it just so happened that he was in the same era as Secretariat. Like, if he was in his own generation, he would have been as dominant as Secretariat was in his thing. It just so happens that, like, it'd be like you're a good, you would have been like I guess Scottie Pippen, right? He would have been Michael Jordan if he wasn't playing with Michael Jordan. Have I got that analogy correct?
No, not quite right. He would have probably been like the 10th best player.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, let's just pretend there's a guy who was really good, but he just also happened to be born in the era of Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
That's kind of like Sham. And so I have a soft spot in my heart for Sham, because I just feel like it's a beautifully tragic sort of story there. Shaq and Charles Barkley, anything else to add?
No, just, they're the ball and hot.
Thanks for watching this Hosstown clip. Why not watch another one while you're at it? You can watch full episodes of the Hosstown podcast here on YouTube, or you can find them on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your favourite podcatcher. See you in Hosstown.